What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? What is up, you guys? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcast. Come on into the room because we got a lot to talk about. And I want to hear from you all because this is the number that you're going to call in because we got a lot to say. We got a lot to talk about that has taken place over the last couple of days. There's
You are the only participant in the conference.
two ongoing topics going on Twitter that are catching a lot of people's attention. One of them, let me know, come on into the room. Let me know your name, where you're from. Hey, what's going on, Sippy Saver? Your name, where you're from, what school you represent. Your name, where you're from, what school you represent. This is Why Would He Need Access? Oh, we're gonna get to all of this right here. We're gonna get to all of this. How you doing, Sabrina? How you doing, Ty Bree? How's everybody doing? What is going on? Because Uncle Neely. He had a lot to say about Jackson State. He ain't too happy with what's going on down in Jackson. We'll talk about that. And, Shador won the Deacon Jones Award. And some folks feels like it should have been Davius Richards. We're also going to talk about that all after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcasts. Now, let's get right into it. Let's not stall anything. Uncle Neely from Thee Pregame show was on HBCU Gameday, and keep dropping the comments. He was on HBCU Gameday, and he was talking to Tally Carr about Jackson State. He was talking to Tally Carr about some different stuff. How you doing, Jasmine? What's going on, Bishop? What J-Dub? What did Neely expect? I don't know what he expected, but he expected to get more than what he's getting. And so let me just catch you up. He was on HBCU Gameday. He did a 30-minute interview with Tally Carr, and there was a snippet in the interview that just caught my ear as soon as I watched it. Because I don't like talking about stuff. I don't watch it. So I watched the whole entire thing. And there was something that immediately jumped out to me as soon as I saw it. It was what he said about his access or lack thereof as far as access at Jackson State. It's no longer what it used to be. Obviously, under the previous regime, Neely he played a big role in showing a lot of the stuff that was behind the scenes. He played such a big role that by the time Deion Sanders and his crew left Jackson State, there were actually two more video editors that were shooting a lot of Jackson stuff. It was Deion Jr., obviously, and then Darius Sanders. They both jumped in once they saw all the success that Neely was having, showing behind-the-scenes stuff at Jackson State. And so, like I said, there was something that he said, it just caught my ear as soon as I heard it. And I'm going to just go ahead and play the clip. This is from, hold on, Uncle Neely. And this is what he had to say. This is via HBCU Gameday, so fair use. This is coming from HBCU Gameday. I put this on my Twitter. It's kind of taking on a life of its own. And here is what he had to say. Let's take a listen.
So I wish anybody the best covering Jackson State, and we need more people covering it, not less. But, when you talk about the Chuck thing, and you say it in a jovial manner, but here's the bigger picture. There does appear to be some concerted effort that if Deion Sanders used to do it, we ain't doing it that way. I don't know why that's the case.
It was very interesting. Let's keep listening.
I haven't heard that from somebody. This is just my eyeball test looking around at changes that take place. It just seems to be that, a guy who won 2 back-to-back SWAC championships in an undefeated conference manner, I guess was doing something wrong as it related to access and media attention.
So that essentially, to kind of give you, let you in on everything that's going on. He said, really what the question was all stemmed around Charles Bishop. I think Neely has accepted his fate, the things that he's decided to do as far as rebranding. We got some guys in here. I'm going to get to you on the 1014. Don't hang up. I'm going to get to you. I just got to say this and I'm going to get to you because I really want to hear from you guys. But what Neely was getting at, Tolly had asked him about Charles Bishop. And I think Neely understands with him wearing Colorado gear, him being out in Boulder all the time, he understands that he's not going to get the access to Jackson State that he once did. But I think he really was wanting Charles Bishop to continue to have that access, and they've denied that too. From what it sounds like, I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody from Jackson. I don't know anything about it. But Neely sounds a little bit upset that himself, but especially his buddy Charles Bishop, don't get the access that they once did. But on the flip side, if you're Jackson State, I mean, why would you give them access? One, Jackson State has hired their own director of media. That's Mr. Austin, ASVP Visuals. You guys seen his work. He's a beast. So they've hired their own guy. And then they've added people up under him. He has got people that he works with, and people not just on the staff that get paid, but also people like Ken Clark and other folks. So Jackson is like, yo, we don't need the pregame show. We've got our own in-house media correspondents. So we don't need it. So I want you guys to call in, feel how you feel. Let me know how you feel. I'm going to take this first call. Hope you didn't hang up. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, boss man? What's on your mind?
Man, listen. Let me just rewind before Neely even had this conversation on the HBCU Gameday. When he first came out and he did an interview, matter of fact, it was with somebody. I think it was Gameday probably. He did an interview. He said, what have Jackson State done to keep Deion Sanders? And then he was talking about the restaurants. He was talking bad about
I remember that. I that's when I knew Deion was leaving. When he did that interview, it was actually before it came. It was when the ESPN reports were just out. But when he did all of that, I was like, oh, yeah, Deion's gone. But continue on.
Yeah. He was talking before Deion even said that.
Yeah,
right?
Facts.
And I'm a die-hard Jackson State fan. Like I do everything I'm supposed to do. But anyway, what made me upset what he did on this pregame, on this last HBCU game day, he said he was in West Jackson and he was in a room full of business people that was broke.
You understand me? I heard that too. I peeped it. I peeped it too.
Right. For me, on Monday, I'm calling the president. I'm calling the president.
Why is that? What are you calling him to tell him what?
Oh, we don't need that kind of energy. We don't need that. We're moving forward. I wouldn't like you just burnt your bridge. I'm not the person to get up on these shows and talk. I'm action. I'm gonna write an email. Hey man, we don't need that kind of energy. We're moving forward. And also, let me give a shout out to 1400 Club. Yeah, I think that's who needs to be next in line to get that media spot for the athletic program.
Oh, trust me, those guys are already tied in. Those guys are tied. We got some more callers, man, but I appreciate you calling in, though.
I appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you. Nah, like, I mean, he did say that. What he said about that was, I thought that was pretty wild. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you? Yes, I can.
Oh, I'm doing well. Just briefly, a few things. Neely reminds me of a bitter ex-girlfriend. I believe when he moved to Colorado, he thought the grass was going to be green on the other side. Furthermore, for him to be dressed in Colorado gear, he's sitting in the players' room in Colorado. He's constantly giving these negative shots about Jackson State. Someone from higher ups at Colorado needs to pull him in the office and say, cut the shit. You're either with us or you're not. I mean, the Jackson State thing, it's in the past. What I also do believe is they believe one monkey stopped the show. You see, Ken and Joe and ASVP, them young men got on board, and now they're continuing the platform, the media platform that Jackson State needs. But also, it is a collective effort with everyone involved to make sure that, you know, Jackson State does get the media attention that they truly deserve. Last but not least, and I hate to say this, Neely's a snake. You're coming in, you're visiting, like you want to see the basketball games, you want to come in and talk to the players. All he's doing is coming and try to continue to snatch goods from Jackson State to take to Colorado. He turns his back on his people. And at the end of the day, the grass is not green on the other side. And HBCU Gameday. How is it that you want to follow the first HBCU coach that goes to a Power 5? This is HBCU Gameday. Focus on your people. I'm sorry, but
no, I mean that's a valid point. That's a very valid point because, like you said,
And it's clickbait. It's clickbait for views and money. Keep Jackson State name out of your mouth. Remember, we got high crime. We're poor. We have students being murdered. They don't have, and I'm from New York. I'm not from Jackson, but I love the people at Jackson State. I'm rooting for their team. I'm donating season tickets. Y'all talk so bad about these people. I got one more thing to say, I'm going to hang up. I've been wanting to say this. I thought it was poorly done how Coach Prime exited Jackson State. It was selfish of him to announce after those young men bust their asses and won the SWAC championship. Excuse me. Okay. And then all those young men jumped in the portal because they were afraid and nervous. And that cost them the Celebration Bowl. For you to leave the game and you told those young men it is what it is. You get elevated or you get demoted. And then an hour later, you jump on a jet to Colorado like your shit don't stink. But your whole campaign, you even did it with your kids. Why we chose HBCU, Lebanon and Plainfield. It's all about our people. Come on now. The macaroni ain't full of cheese and the collard greens ain't eating like that up there. Get out of here. And he's trying to bring the SWAC flavor up to Colorado. I'm so disappointed, man. I have so much love for him. He's whack. Look at the tactics. You bringing all the rappers, you bring everybody up here, keep talking about it ain't cold, it ain't cold. Bro, you cold and you're bored and you're hungry and you're lonely. You ain't gonna never get that juice Jackson gave you. Never. And I'm riding with Jackson State all the way from New York. Thank you, my brother. I'm watching live.
Thank you so much for calling in, and be sure to call again. I appreciate it. I enjoyed every second of that.
I'm watching you live. Do your thing. And you know what? Listen, if he was up in the hood, we would have run his fat ass out of here so fast. You want to play both sides of the coin. And let's talk about the son and the cousin with the social media page. What are y'all doing? You're showing videos of cafeteria food. Like they weren't eating good in Jackson State. Did you see the video? You're showing them all Chanel sneakers, fancy cars, and fried chicken and steak up in the cafeteria. Like, come on, don't do that. The people of Jackson welcome your whole family in. Don't do that. Neely got time on his hand. He need to do some juicing. Go on the treadmill. He's bored up there. I'm telling you. They not giving him that Jackson love up there. That's why he keeps coming down here trying to fish around and see if he can snatch some of TC Taylor prime players. He know what he's doing. He's a sellout. And I hope he's listening. Just like he be calling in and trolling in on KC 1400 Media at night. They hating on Ken. They hating on Ken. Period. Now I'm going to hang up and let the next caller come in.
Okay, I appreciate it. They've been holding on, but I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much again.
Yes, Bobo. That's how we give it up in New York.
Talk to me. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Thank you so much, man. Woo! Ooh, she was on fire, boy. Woo! She wasn't messing around. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going, brother?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
It's going well, man. It's going well, man. Just called in from Toronto, man. Just wanted to thank you for all the great HBCU access you give Canada. Me and my friends really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. What's on your mind?
Well, like this whole thing, it just seems kind of strange and out the blue, but at the same time, I mean, what did Neely expect? You know, I mean, it seemed like Deion left on a Tuesday and you were there on a Wednesday in Colorado having breakfast, you know, Colorado gear on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you take a girl to the dance, you've seen walking with one, but you've seen walking out with another girl, and then you're mad the girl that you walked in isn't picking up your phone call. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know where what Neely thought, but hey, you know, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Nah, yeah, I mean, the thing is, where I can say this, right, and you guys know how I give it up, right? Neely had an opportunity to work with Deion Sanders. I'm not saying burn down, but you can't do something and not expect something to happen in return. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Yo.
What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Talk to me.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, talk to me.
Hey, man, listen here, man. You look at well-off media views, and you look at Neely views. They ain't even close. Neely ain't making no money off his views like well-off media. When Deion announced he was leaving, going to Jackson State, and had the team in the little
auditorium room. You should have seen the look on Neely's face, like, what am I gonna do, Pops? What am I gonna do? I think Neely begged Deion to go to Colorado. I think he begged him. Neely been at Jackson State all his life. He met Deion Sanders in 2 years and act like he been knowing him all his life. Man, he ain't loyal to Jackson State. I hope they don't never allow him on the campus with a camera, a microphone, or nothing. He's a straight sellout. Born and raised in Jackson. He riding Deion coattail. He'd have made more money staying in Jackson.
Hey, you got a point with that, man. Hey, and he made sure to point out that he is born and bred from Jackson State with generations of lineage that went to JSU, man. I appreciate you calling in.
How you born and raised and you done ran to the white school? You growed up at Jackson State. Then he a cowboy. Ain't no nukes in Colorado. Ain't no nukes in Colorado. Man, Neely a sellout. Like I said, his birds, he wouldn't even get enough birds to go to Colorado. Deion Jr. wasn't making all the money. Him and Deion, ain't nobody looking at Neely's show. You get more birds than Neely do, guys. And you ain't even with Deion every day. Waking up to him, watching him piss, shit, eat, sleeping all day.
I appreciate
Real talk.
it.
I like the show. Keep doing what you do.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate you calling in, dog. Yeah. I mean, the exclusive access, that's the thing. Once Deion Jr. and Darius saw that Neely was getting some traction, then they became the go-to guy for Deion Sanders content. So Neely is kind of in a predicament there. So, I mean, I don't know. I think he's still getting something, but not the same as those guys. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hi, my name is Tracy. I'm calling from New Jersey.
How you doing, Tracy? What's on your mind?
I'm good. I just want to say something. I just want to say that I've never really followed HBCU football until Deion started coaching. And I guess the side that I see is that just because Deion left doesn't mean that I stopped following HBCU football. And I kind of think that a lot of people, we can think for ourselves. And I think that he turned us on to it. And a lot of us are still going to be following HBC. I still follow Jackson State. I follow you all. I listen to you all. And of course, I watch what's going on in Colorado. I wasn't happy, but hey,
yeah,
I wouldn't have known much about HBCU football if it wasn't for Deion.
And that's
perfectly.
As far as Neely, that's perfectly fine. Like that, there's nothing wrong with what you said, by the way. I nobody said that, but I just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong with what you said.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are, have tuned in because of it.
I agree.
And so, all the bad talking, I mean, that's for us. I just think we should just leave that alone. And I listened to Ken, and he's like, listen, just go on, move on, just keep moving on. And that's what we have to do, because bad mouthing it, he did what he did, the good and the bad. You got to take the good with the bad,
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as Neely is concerned, I don't think you can continue to call it HBCU Gameday if you're going to be doing both, And I think that's my only gripe, because we don't know what type of relationship. I mean, you got to look at it. He's with Deion. He's one of the most well-known people in the world right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And somebody offer you a job like that, and for you to turn it down. I mean, he's doing what he has to do. But my thing is he can't name it. Maybe he needs to change the name of everything. But I wouldn't throw away the baby with the bathwater. That's all I'm saying.
Miss Tracy, I completely agree with you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I mean, it's true though. That's the thing. Like I don't think anyone's mad that Neely continued his relationship with Deion. I think it was just the way he went about everything. Like you're talking about JSU in Colorado gear. You're talking about JSU in Colorado locker rooms. Like, it's gonna rub people the wrong way. I mean, just natural. It's just the nature of the beast. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right. What's on your mind?
Awesome, man. Hey, I'm hearing everybody going in on Neely, man. And I have a few questions. And,
talk to me.
Everybody can't be in agreement. Everybody can't be in agreement all the time. It's funny, but it's not funny. So here's the thing. Neely graduated from Jackson State University, right?
Yes, he did. Yes.
He's a part of a fraternity, correct?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he crossed Kappa at JSU. Yes.
Okay. Was Neely doing media at JSU before Prime got there?
As far as I know, just based off the interviews that I've listened to, no, I don't think he was. I think he started when Deion got hired at Jackson.
Okay, so Neely wasn't making any money off of Jackson State University, correct?
Before Deion, I don't think so.
No. Right. So if Deion comes on and give another black man an opportunity to make money with his media team, he and his son, it's a whole lot of people. It's just he and his son to bring notoriety to the football team as well as Jackson State University. If a black man offer another black man a job and paying him healthily, because we don't know what that money is, but obviously enough for the man to get up and leave. I'm trying to understand, why is everyone mad? Because I don't care if you live in Jackson State or Jackson, Mississippi or not. A lot of people move from Jackson, Mississippi to go get better jobs. So I'm trying to understand, why is the whole community of Jackson State University, seems like, and other fans are like talking about this man like he's a dog. This is unacceptable.
Okay. Well, let me counteract that though. Okay, so just how you said Neely has all these. Listen for a second. He has all these ties to Jackson. He's from Jackson. He graduated there. He's got all this lineage. He kind of went down in this previous video. His lineage ties to Jackson State. When these folks, meaning people that was connected to Deion, Uncle Luke, his daughter, whoever, Neely, who was Jackson, born and bred, knows way more. He's probably forgot more stuff about Jackson than I ever knew. He had a chance to speak out against that, and he didn't. He didn't. He did not say, I never went out, unless somebody can point me in the direction of when he did. He had a chance to speak out against when Deion's daughter said there was a whole bunch of murders. He had a chance to speak out against when Uncle Luke was talking bad about Jackson. He had a chance to speak out, and he never did. This is a guy with legit connections to that university and chose not to stand up for his alma mater. Now, so people do feel a certain kind of way because you do have direct access to Prime, and you do have direct access to these people. And you could have been like, hey, man, come on, bro. That wasn't cool. Hey, man, come on, bro. That wasn't cool. But he decided not to, man.
But we don't know if he did talk to Prime about it.
Well, he didn't do it. He didn't do it publicly. Those people were bashing the school publicly. He didn't do it publicly. He could have stood up for his university publicly.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but everyone do not have to come publicly with their thought process. Not even you or myself or any other fraternities that are already out there. People are, they keep things to themselves until they talk to people directly. Like our folks always say, hey, if you had a problem with somebody, go talk to them yourself. But since Neely didn't say something, so everybody is making up this narrative like this guy is a clown, he's a sellout. This is our people, man. We always go straight to that route.
I don't know, man. I get what you're saying, but I don't agree with that, man. I don't agree with that because he had chances. Think about it. If you have an opportunity now, that's like, I can look at both sides of the coin. I'm not saying that he should have cut off all ties to Deion when Deion went to Colorado. No, you got to be smart. Neely I'm sure has a family. He has people he feeds himself. Like, I get it. Deion he can make you some money. He's helped make me some money. But that don't mean you cut off your nose to spite your own face as far as not doing anything with Jackson. I don't know. Being at Colorado in Colorado gear, talking about Jackson is pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that don't sound kind of crazy to you? We got a bunch of callers though, man. I'm not. Last point because we gotta let other people on.
What I'm saying is, why would a grown man who has so much time to his school would just leave automatic and start spitting stupid stuff about his school and the fraternity that he represents and his family that's there and so on and so forth? Are we making these narratives up because you left or something else? It's not making no sense to me.
Okay, I appreciate it, man, but we definitely got a bunch of other people on here, but I appreciate you calling in. I don't know, man, but it's
Thank you, brother.
yeah. Hey, it's no problem at all, man. No problem. We can always agree to disagree, and we definitely disagreed on that one because, like I said, man, like a lot of the stuff that Deion was saying just wasn't true. Like we've dispelled some of that stuff right here on this program. Like when I showed you the DMs between us. He blocked me, by the way. I don't know if anybody understood. Yeah, he blocked me after that. But like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and so Neely had the opportunity to stand up for his city, his school, his people, and decided not to. I don't, that's probably the part where people don't respect. I can't speak for them, but maybe they can speak for themselves. What's going on your own with Jeff?
Hey, young man, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, young man, this is old school from Chicago.
What's going on, old school? Yeah, I remember you.
Hey,
I remember you.
Okay, last time we talked, we were talking about my boy out there at Balut, that ref, whatever that name is, that coach. Yeah, we were talking about him. I told you it wasn't wise for you to be laughing at him like that because that wasn't wise. I don't know if you really caught that deal. But I love you, dude. I love your show. And I told you I was going to stop you. I told you I was going to be out here watching them, still watching you, young man. Yes. Young man, you told that man the truth. You just got you talking to him. You said Deion Sanders is to put some coins in your pocket, too, so you ain't going to let that go. So you can't change your narrative, kid. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. Deion Sanders can win 39 billion games in a row, but you still gonna be hating on him, ain't you? Tell the truth. Shame the devil, tell the truth, boy. I'm telling you, when you gonna get rich, go to the bank. And I do that for that laugh again. The same thing make you laugh, gonna make you cry.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, Deion, it is what it is between us. I mean, he blocked me, so I don't think I'm getting any tickets to Boulder, man. I'm just telling you, just put it out there like that. But old school, we got a bunch of people on the line, old school, and I got to make this short, but I appreciate it, big dog.
Stop fooling the people, bro.
I ain't fooling nobody, dog. I mean, nobody is forced to be here. I think this is Ken right here. Nobody's forced to be here. You can always leave. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
JeffLightsYjr, what's up, brother?
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
You know who it is, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
What's going on, everybody? This is Ken Clark, man. I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole. I just think the facts need to be expressed when we're talking about this.
Yes, sir. The floor is yours.
When people are talking about Neely and the pregame show at Jackson State, I'm gonna say what I said on my show. Neely has every single right to do exactly what he did if he chose to. Why? Because he owns the platform.
Absolutely.
Okay? There's a cause and an effect for everything. Listen, Neely is, like he expounded on the show and in the interview, he is a JSU Tiger alum. He will forever be a JSU Tiger alum, supporter, and all of that. That's not going to change. It doesn't matter if he changed the colors on his platform. Now, that's fine. That's cool. He can do what he wants to do. And so can the university.
That's boom.
This is simplicity. We're making too many hypotheticals out of things that are extremely simple. It doesn't matter how much you name drop. It doesn't matter any of that. People, when you're in a public setting, just like you are, just like I am, just like he is, and you're giving content to the masses they have the right to make their opinion.
Absolutely.
So for those that were asking the question, I'm the co-host of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I was merely a guest on the platform, and so was Neely. So for those that were asking the question, did he do the media? He was also a part of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. When Deion Sanders came aboard, you go back into the Spotify interviews. When we interviewed Deion Sanders after he first became the coach, it was Neely and Chuck Bishop that interviewed him on Tiger Talk with the 1400. So for those that didn't know, so after Deion got in place, he gave Neely his opportunity, gave him unparalleled access, as they say all the time on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to elevate his platform, just like Well Off Media was able to elevate their platform. All at 1400 J.R. Lynch Street, Jackson, Mississippi. The problem with all of this is this: when the university does not own the platform, and the people who own the platform exits the door, the university doesn't have anything. They don't have any of the revenue. They don't own any of the content.
That's major.
So with that being said,
very big points
to
in
make
media.
a point, to make a point that somehow the university is going to be without because a platform is not giving eyes inside the building is asinine. Listen to me, man. Everybody knows this. Let's stop making it so difficult. I have no beef with Neely. I'm never going to beef with Neely. There's no reason to. He's a man just like I'm a man. I wish him well. I saw him at the game that he mentioned. I was at the All-Coin Jackson game. I know beef with him. It's the same relationship it was because I understand business. Now, here's what I will say. What me personally, myself, Zoe, Corey, AD Robinson, you name whomever, whatever. The objective of our efforts is not to build another platform to replace the pregame show. The idea of what we're trying to do is to put Jackson State in a place where it has its own platform. So everybody that wants content for Jackson State, we now have a director of media for football. And he is going to install that thing that was missing. That's why our efforts are what they are. So it doesn't matter if our platform, or the next platform suffers, if the university thrives. That is the goal. We don't stand in front of the university. We want the university to have a system and a platform that sustains itself with its own content. And that is the difference between an opportunist, someone that's, in the trenches trying to build this thing. So everyone that's listening to you, soon and very soon, you'll be able to go to JSU football page on YouTube, and you'll get crazy, unbelievable content with the same eyes on the inside. And I think it's crazy for people to think. Now, I'm not going to get into all the mess. There's a lot of mess. I'll say that for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So y'all want to come and get a little active, y'all come on, KC 4300 Media live chat. Y'all know how we get down on the platform. But here's what I'm saying. From a business standpoint, I don't know why people are so mad at me. He did what he had to do. I've already explained what I would have done if I was him, but I'm not him, and I didn't have that opportunity, so I won't say it again. But I just wanted to say in response to that, Jackson State will be fine. We got some things in place, and it's okay for the administration to make a decision that, hey, man, to the university that you do love, you showed your allegiance to who it was to, and if the person that's leading the university, that's the risk you take when you go out publicly and say certain things. It's called cause and effect.
That's
so to sit here and act like you just oblivious to why things happen is disingenuous. Yes, they are, man. But who am I? I'm who am I?
No, man.
People do what they do, but all I'm saying.
No, what you're saying is real though, because like you said, once you walk out the building, if we didn't capture it ourselves, whether it's Well Off, the pregame show, whatever, we have to essentially buy our content from you or lease it or borrow it or ask permission from it. Like that's how media works. And so therefore, all this stuff. It's the truth.
It was a very privileged perspective. But all I'm saying, content is king, man.
Absolutely.
And the university it'll be fine. And we're building, man. So we understand, what's being said and this and that. But all I'm saying is that there is a reason why things took place. And it is what it is. I'm only speaking on this because the 1400 Club was mentioned in the interview. I'm a member of the 1400 Club. I know when they said, hey, bring the 1400 Club on, it ain't 1400 Club is not talking. There's only a couple of us that are talking that use that, that mantra, right? And myself and Zoe, Corey, I can talk with the 1400 Club. There's some questions we can ask HBCU Gameday. can ask those questions. Like, why haven't we interviewed the head coach? Don't worry about the 1,400. You know, there are some people at the university that you can bring on the platform to speak for themselves.
Absolutely.
And I'll say this and I'll land my plane.
Talk to me.
For anyone that wants to sit up here and act like every time a coach leaves a university and a new coach takes over, that new coach does things his way.
Come on.
It's criminal for anyone to think that T.C. Taylor should do anything the way Deion Sanders did it, because T.C. Taylor is not Deion Sanders.
Come on. The exact same? You're not going to do anything the exact same. You could be brothers and you don't do stuff the exact same. Come on, man.
Totally. So here's all I'm saying. If you want controversy, you can create controversy from it. But if you want true understanding, the people can get true understanding. And I can give truth doesn't need support from either side. It just speaks for itself. So again, I'll give you one last piece and I'll leave it alone, man. Jackson State you're gonna see the greatest version of JSU from a media standpoint, even than what you guys have seen previously. And we're thankful for the exposure over the past 2 years, because it really just got our palate wet. But the thing that's going to cause Jackson State to win this time is this time you're not going to see that platform exit the door. You're just going to, you can see people exit the door, because I want to tell you this, man, that was my part in this whole ordeal. And that is, I'm going to continue to push university over people, because the university needs to have something in place. If everybody's eating off the university, then the university must also be able to eat off of itself.
Absolutely.
And I will continue to emphasize that we have to have a system and several systems in place, so that when people decide that an opportunity is greater than what they have the right to exit the door peacefully and pursue that opportunity. And we should not miss a beat. And that's all I ever wanted. I wish everybody well. I don't have any ill towards that platform, but if we want to keep it a buck, we in Jackson, bro. This is Jackson. Stop the bull jump, as Coach Prime would say. You know why it went down. And you know why he ain't got no access. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, leave it.
Peace and love, brother. Y'all tuned in to KC 1400 meeting. We live tomorrow.
Let them
7
know.
p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central. If you're on the East Coast, it's 10 o'clock, man. And Jeff, keep doing what you're doing, bro. You know I got your back. Hey, man, we just come from the HBCU Legacy Bowl. Shout out to the whole culture. And appreciate you having me on, bro. Keep going, man.
Appreciate you, Kim, man. Appreciate you breaking that down for us like that. We're going to take a few more calls, then I got to get out of here, man. But I definitely wanted to hear from you guys. Keep liking, hitting the like button, share, and subscribe. What's going on in your own with Jeff?
What's going on, Jeff? This is Monty calling in.
What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, I got a new song for you.
Talk to me.
Must be the money.
Talk to me. Why is it your song right now, or anybody's song?
So let's just get this straight.
Talk to me.
People not understanding. Neely, he's at about 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't think the average person that tunes in realize the money that he's generating. The same way Deion Sanders, Darius Sanders, all those brothers are making money. And when he came in, the only person who's been calling this out for the longest, we got to give credit to, is Off Script.
Yeah.
Because he kept saying what's going to happen when Deion's gone, because it was clearly that Neely was hitching his train to Deion's caboose. So, I'm not surprised. It's just funny that now he's finally getting the backlash. But when he showed up that first week when Deion left and automatically went out, and he went to that Colorado game, I saw the writing on the wall. He's going with Deion. Now, what I would like to know is, now that he is making, considerable amount of money, which he has over the past couple of years with that exclusive access, what has been his donation back to HBCUs, since we have this thing of calling out the alumni, is he giving back substantially to the university because, he is eating off the culture, as some would say. In hip hop, we call it the culture vultures, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
So,
In that interview with what I'll say is in that interview with Tolly, he said he does donate regularly. He's a season ticket holder for the football team and he donates regularly. So that's what he said. I mean, we got to take him for his word on that. What I will say though is like Ken alluded, you always got to listen when people talk. Ken alluded, I don't know if you listened to the last caller, Ken Clark, but as we all know, if you know who Ken is, he's very tied into the university. He's an alumni. He's really tied in. He's really locked in with the school. And he mentioned, I don't know if y'all peeped it, he said, I'm just telling y'all what he said. He said, Neely knows why he don't have access, meaning something happened. And he said, for Neely to go out there and play like, essentially play dumb, he understands what's going on. And that's disingenuous on his part to pretend like he doesn't know what the heck is going on. And then earlier I showed, and I'm going to get you out because I got these last few callers, man, but I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you. But earlier I showed a tweet put up by Isaiah Guthrie. So for those who came in late, first of all, thank you all because we got a lot of people in here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. But this was the clip that is it's over on my Twitter at JLightsy7. This is what we're talking about. This clip from Neely on the HBCU Gameday talking about Jackson State and what they should be doing and aren't doing. And let's take a listen.
Wish anybody the best covering Jackson State, and we need more people covering it, not less. But when you talk about the Chuck thing, and you say it in a jovial manner, but here's the bigger picture. There does appear to be some concerted effort that if Deion Sanders used to do it, we ain't doing it that way. I don't know why that's the case. I haven't heard that from somebody. This is just my eyeball test looking around at changes that take place. It just seems to be that, a guy who won 2 back-to-back SWAC championships in an undefeated conference manner, I guess was doing something wrong as it related to access and media attention.
See, and to me, that ain't necessary. And that ain't how you get your access back. You don't get your access back by trying to call him out, right? But I think he was kind of passionate at the moment because, he probably expected to be treated one kind of way. He took his whole platform and rebranded it towards Colorado, towards not just, access with exclusive access to Jackson State and went to exclusive access to Deion Sanders. And so I think he's kind of feeling a certain kind of way because his buddy Charles Bishop also lost the access and maybe he felt like that wasn't right. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Hello. I guess this caller might have fell asleep. Let's see. We can get somebody else on here. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. And then we'll take a few more. Then I got to get up out of here. What's going on?
Vanessa.
You're on with Jeff. How you doing, Miss Vanessa?
I'm doing fine.
What's on your mind, Miss Vanessa?
So this whole thing with Slime Time and Neely. First of all,
Now talk to me. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I just thought it was funny.
No, I understand. But people keep saying that we're angry because Slime Time left. We're upset with Neely because he went to Colorado. That was never the issue. When he left that night of the SWAC championship game, he pushed Tracy off the stage. He was rushing the SWAC commissioner to hurry up and pass out the awards. Right after that, he went back to the campus to announce that he was leaving and was on a jet to Colorado. Next day, we see him and Shador in Colorado gear, knowing that we had the Celebration Bowl in 2 weeks. That destroyed every ounce of the momentum that was going on with our team. If he had just waited 2 weeks, we'd have won the Celebration Bowl. And then nobody told him to come to JSU and say that God and Harriet Tubman sent me to level the playing field. He told those lies. So you used us to get to the PWI that you really wanted to be. You wanted to be at a PWI from the beginning, but they weren't even looking at you. Not even FSU, where he attended, would not hire him before we gave him a platform. And then Neely, you are a Jackson State graduate. and you take your buffalo butt to Colorado and put on Colorado gear, and you think the president of our university is going to allow you access to our campus. That's unrealistic. When you quit a job or resign from a job, do they allow you back in the building to work?
That's no, ma'am.
When does that ever happen?
No, ma'am.
So why does he expect us to still allow him access? That makes no sense. And then you still talking dirt about JSU, throwing dirt on us. You know, you didn't speak up and say when his lying daughter said, the least of the Sanders said that there were killings every month on campus. Neely never came out and said, "Now I attended JSU." That never happened.
Come on.
How do you not support the school that gave you your degree? How do you not say anything? It's ridiculous. And that's all I have to say. So Slime Time, we don't care about Slime Time. We don't care about Flo Deandra. We don't care about Buffalo Neely. Keep our names out your mouth and keep it moving. You elevated, remember?
Hey, I appreciate you, Miss Vanessa. Thank you so much for calling in. And the people appreciated it too.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I mean, hey, you know, Miss Vanessa laid it all out. I mean, I don't know if I can say it better myself. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hi. Hey, Jeff.
How you
I'm
doing?
Jazz.
How you doing, Jazz? What's on your mind?
All right. Okay. So I am a JSU graduate, and I wanted to say, something about the Neely thing. So first of all, people was wondering when Neely, changed the colors to the pregame show. I don't understand how Neely gets upset because JSU don't allow him access. Like when you quit a job, you take your rights out the door with you. You cannot still work for one company and you mess with the ops. Not saying that they're ops, but
Talk to me.
they're not.
Yeah, we get what we all black
saying?
in here. We know what you're talking about. Yeah, we don't gotta over explain it. We got it. We got you.
Yeah, they're not up. And then you're working with Deion, and Deion may be still cool with some faculty members, but we ain't got nothing against Deion or nothing. But like the lady said, it's how he left when he left. You know what I'm saying? But Deion been doing it all his life. I mean, he's just a toxic man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got nothing against Deion. We got nothing against Neely. But Neely is upset with us because we took him off. I mean, that's what any job would do. But when you try to come for us, we gonna come for you. So this is where our benefit come from. You know what I'm saying? But Deion left, and he talks about Jackson, this, that, and other. I'm surprised that Deion even allowed him to even still do JSU content. So I don't understand why he felt like. But see, Deion still, you know what I'm saying? He still makes money off Jackson's sake. But any other company would have sued you. Any other company would have sued you. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he felt like, well, since Deion still do it, I'm gonna still do it. But now, because if that's just something you can't do, and that's with any job. So I don't understand why certain people think that we're upset with Neely. No, we're not upset with Neely. That's just a job, like the man said. It's how you do things.
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, Miss Jasmine. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nah, I mean, it's facts, man. I mean, she hit the nail on the head, man. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, look.
What's going on? What's on your mind?
What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Talk to me. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm good too. I also went to a HBCU. I went to Lane College. I didn't go to JSU. I'm a big fan of JSU. But I just had a question. It's not mean-hearted or anything like that.
We keep it 100 here. Yeah, talk to me.
It's crazy how everyone has to say something negative. I mean, calling the man slime time, and I mean, for what? I mean, stuff like that ain't funny. If you don't like him, you just don't like him. You know what I'm saying? He been the same person when he was coaching the kids. He been doing the same thing. You can't say what the good Lord got a man to do. You're not in his prayers and his thoughts. So you can be upset, but you ain't got to call the man out his name, because if anybody's listening or doing all this tweeting and talking, if they see him in person, they're going to ask for a picture. Ain't going to call him slime time to his face. So just keep it real. That's all I want to say.
Oh, well, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate it. I mean, hey, I mean, people are passionate, dog. Like if it's slime time, I'm not saying it right or wrong, but if slime time is the worst somebody getting called, that's not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. Some of these other places, he's probably gonna get called a whole lot worse if they don't win no games up in Colorado. I'm gonna just say that. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
I just wanted to comment on this situation.
Yeah, talk to me.
I think they should just leave it alone on the simple fact Deion did a lot, and before him, I ain't heard nothing about no JSU media. I wouldn't knew nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? So the opportunities that he gave people is like, I don't understand why we tearing down each other. Everyone should be happy. I don't see how everyone is not happy.
Let me push back on that a little bit. I don't think, like, now I can't speak for the entire Jackson State or HBCU fan base, but JSU has moved on. Anytime that a topic, whether it's me doing a video like this or whatever, this is brought up because someone else said something about Jackson. It ain't because the good folks at Jackson, whether it's their new head coach, T.C. Taylor, their athletic director, A.D. Robinson, their president, Hudson, whoever, none of them have said anything bad about Deion, about Neely, about none of them. Anytime any of these topics come up, it's because someone from that camp brings up Jackson. Just like how Neely brought up Jackson and said his access had been limited and that they had cut him off and maybe even cut off Bishop or whatever. That has
I understand that.
You know what I mean? So
I understand that because I was looking forward to seeing Neely at Jackson. I was wondering what was going on. So that I guess that answers my question. Is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know who's to say, but I felt as though he still should be there because he was one of the main. He was one of the main ones I was watching.
Yeah,
so it's like for that to be gone, for that to be gone is like it's nowhere near nothing like when he was there to me.
It's gonna be way.
And I'm from Philadelphia.
Well, be sure to follow the team accounts because they have a new director of media in Austin, ASVP Visuals.
Oh, I've been watching. I still follow and everything, and it's nothing like it was. It's a total difference. It's like it's down spiral to me.
Well, they just started. I mean, Austin just announced he was named director of media a week ago. So you got to give the folks some time. I mean, once again, it's a new regime, and you got.
I understand time. They had the whole blueprint. They should have been on this. They should never.
It's not.
Everything should have kept going. We should have.
It's not the same.
We should have saw all season. We should have saw all. We should have saw all season and everything. It should have.
The all season just started.
It should have been. What I'm saying is it. But we barely see anything.
What do you want to see?
Colorado up and running. We seeing that. Colorado up and running. We seeing every single thing.
The facility. All you've seen from the come on, let's be real. All you've seen is them give tours of the facility. That's it. Now TC he's not Deion Sanders. So
I got to know everybody. I got to see the facility. Everything that's going on is keeping us poured into it. Now that is not keeping us poured in. Like Jackson, you have to keep us entertained. You have to keep the ball rolling. Once you stop showing consistency, people start watching.
Man, but you got to give them like literally Austin, which is their new director of media. He just got hired a week ago, or it just made the announcement a week ago. Now, if you want to see the same facilities 10 times, TC Taylor ain't Deion Sanders. We have to let's make sure we understand this. TC Taylor is not Deion Sanders.
No, he's not about.
And so it is about that. No, it is about that. Because
no, it's not because they're showing different things.
What is he showing?
Well, we've been watching Jackson. We've been watching Jackson the whole time. What's the difference? We've been saying that same facility is the same thing.
Because that's Deion.
It's way more stories. It's actually better stories, and it's actually more to see.
TC's not.
They showing us the whole Colorado. They ain't just showing. They're not just showing us the facility. I just feel as though Jackson dropped the ball a little bit. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a fan. My thing is, I'm a fan. I want them to win. I want our people to win. I just feel as though it should have been that consistency. Like it's not like it was. And I'm like I said, I'm from Philadelphia. I want them to do more. I even follow a couple of people that's trying to do the media. I talk to them in the DMs on Instagram. I want them to do more. It just seems like to me, like I said, it seems like to me there's no content coming from Jackson. I'm watching everything. And it seems like Colorado and them, they off and running.
And like I said, their director of media was officially announced a week ago. Let's give them some time. That's all.
What does that have to do with the director of media? You keep saying that.
It has to do with a lot because he, like you, obviously I've been listening the whole time. Ken Clark came on here earlier and told us that the reason
so you mean
why, what? I mean, come on, I'm listening.
I'm about to say, so you mean to tell me if you're a student, so this is what I'm saying. The students don't have is the managers of the team, somebody that's running the page don't have the authority to just go ahead and just film. They gotta wait for the athletic director. They gotta wait for the director. I thought this was about the kids, showing the kids. Why they gotta wait for somebody to tell them what to, why they gotta wait for somebody to tell them what to do? If anything,
I'm about to tell you why. Because when folks were doing that, say if that manager or whoever, when they record that and put it out or whatever, and then say if they leave, that content is theirs. It's not the university's. So everything that Neely filmed over the last 2 years, everything that Deion Jr. filmed, that's owned by them. That's not owned by the school. And so therefore you put a director of media in place. You put a director of media in place. Therefore, you control what is recorded in-house and what goes out. You have complete control. So therefore, say if Austin gets another job somewhere, that content is still owned by the school. That's all I'm saying. But we got to get to some other callers and I got to go. But I appreciate you calling in, man.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem at all. But like, yeah, I mean, I thought we already explained that already. You know what I mean? What's going on here with Jeff?
Hey, I don't know what dude's talking about. But
talk to me.
when Thee Pregame show came about, Rob J made this show, not Deion. Rob J was the star of this show. He made this show what it was. Deion made it funny, you know, that's his platform or whatever. We got nothing against Deion. You know what I'm saying? And Deion was the co-star. Rob J was the real star. That is the JSU, period. So that was a JSU platform when they got here. When they left, you know what I'm saying, their platform should have been gone anyway. And let me take that extra E off the pregame show because it came from the JSU. And we started DR, period. Like, I don't understand what these people are talking about.
You see, look at the tweet from me saying, hey, I appreciate you calling in. They're serious about guard the yard. And first of all, shout out to all the ladies that are calling in. I love it. I love it so much. But the guard the yard, I'm sorry, I'm eating. Guard the yard ain't just a slogan. This is the tweet that was put out by Isaias today. He says, we are renovating our house, making sure that family has what it needs to thrive. Kicking the cancers, that's strong words. The cancers that were once inside the house to the curb and bringing in the best of the best to add to our family and pour into the renovations of our house. If that ain't the epitome of guard the yard, shoot, I don't know what is. I don't know what is at all. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, this is Will. How you doing?
What's going on, Will? What's on your mind?
Hey, just want to add a few notes there. First of all, I'm from Mississippi, but I currently live in Colorado, right down the road from Boulder.
Okay.
And all I'm going to say is, CU has never been this popular since Deion moved there. But let me back that up for a minute. I'm not an HBCU grad, but I follow JSU, been following them for years. Deion came in, he did his thing. He moved up here to Colorado, now he's doing his thing up here. He will always be Deion.
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
But the only place that gave you an opportunity to shine. You decided that you elevated, but you still want to hang out in the basement. If you're from Mississippi, you understand that it is the small clubs that rock the most. So you want to go up there with the big boys, you think you got all that, you want to show off all this good stuff, but you're still missing that down home feeling. Now, let me address this Neely thing. Who cares that you wanted to follow Deion? Bless you. We want you to do well. But again, same thing. Don't crap on us while you're doing your thing.
Talk to me.
You do you, and let us do us.
Talk to me.
And they, like for that last guy that was talking
or calling Deion out his name. We understand people's frustrations. People are frustrated because you talked all that smack when you got there trying to put us in the gutter, and we still smiling. We still enjoying our fried chicken. We still enjoying our greens. And I know you hating life up here in Colorado because you ain't going to the restaurant to find no grits. I try to tell
you would know. You would know, huh? Yeah, you would know.
You ain't finding no grits. Ain't many soul food places up here. And the ones that are here, some of them are not that great. There's very few that you can find that can cook. So, hey, lucky for me, I can cook because I am from Mississippi. So yeah. I understand that feeling. But with that said, understand this. People from Mississippi and JSU fans and JSU alums are not mad at him or Neely for doing what they have to do to make their money. Make your money, but don't try to take our money from us. And when all like Ken spoke on, all that content went out the door.
Yes.
Now just imagine all that content would have remained at GSU. How much revenue they could be generating off that now to benefit the university. And that is the purpose of what Ken is saying. You need to maintain all that content in-house. So all that revenue that continue to be generated stays with the school.
Absolutely.
And so if people don't understand that, but the truth of the matter is kind of funny to me because y'all can keep shining the light on JSU and we're going to keep smiling. That's all I have. We're going to keep on smiling. And one monkey don't stop no show because we're going to keep on rolling.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you so much for calling in, sir. Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
You too. Nah, I mean, that's facts though, man. Like, and that's the thing. At the end of the day, like, I don't think there's no beef with Neely. There's even no beef with Coach Prime. It's just like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell an organization how they want to run their organization. They don't want you to have exclusive access or insider access, or you got to go through Austin or go through, TC or whoever. That's just how it is. It's like, oh, well, we used to not have to do that. Well, this ain't the used to. This is the new school. You know what I mean? Like, this is how we doing things. And for folks saying, oh, they're not putting out the content the same, they probably won't put it out the same. It'll be different. They have new people in new positions running a different show. Now, Austin just was named the director a freaking week ago. So at least let him get his first 2 weeks on the job out the way before you start saying, oh, I ain't seeing it no more. Well, let him get a chance to put the stuff up. That's all I'm saying. But man, I wish Neely the best. I think he's gonna have a great time out there in Colorado, I imagine, but it's still something that hurts him a little bit. Now, granted, I want to ask you all, how do you all feel about HBCU Gameday going to Neely for Jackson State information? Because at one point he was their JSU insider. Should they switch it up? Should they get a reporter out of Jackson? Should they go directly to the school and try to get TC? Because they haven't had like a TC on their platform. They haven't or do you think, they should? I mean, I guess they can do whatever the hell they want. It's their platform. But don't be mad when people feel a certain kind of way when a guy who no longer has that access he used to have. He is an alum. Nobody can take it away from him. He is, he's a graduate. He's an alum. He crossed the fraternity there. He's got deep ties. He's from the city. But you also got to understand, you know what I mean? You got to understand things are changing. It's a different kind of ball game. And Ken alluded to, Neely might have did something that the university didn't think was too cool, and therefore he lost his access. So, it is what it is. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We did this on an impromptu. Go ahead, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button, that like button. Hit that share button and subscribe if you haven't to Jeff Lightsy Jr. on YouTube, to my YouTube page, Facebook. Over there is Jeff Lightsy Sports on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We were in here really, really heavy. Hit that like button before we get out of here. On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3, like. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.